into some more of the
Let's do it.
detailed stuff? Okay, so first of all, I just saw that you had cancer and beat it with fenbendazole just for parasites, and that's one of the things that I took for a while. I'm curious, like, what got you onto that? Like, can you give a little background on that story?
Yeah, sure. It was kind of a wild story. I mean, it happened. Let's see. So I was diagnosed. I started having some issues and couldn't quite figure out what was wrong, and finally was diagnosed in the summer of 2019. Instead of taking sort of a traditional path, which is my way, I decided, you know what, I got to go. I got to go connect with God, and so I went to Spain and walked 500 miles on the Camino de Santiago. Came home and was sick as a dog. I shouldn't have gone, but I did. And I came back and started going through all the treatments. They gave me the drugs, they gave me the radiation. I went through surgery, and it just wasn't going away. And they kept detecting new things, and it had metastasized a little bit. And they did a biopsy in May of 2021, and it had spread to my kidneys. And so I was like, oh man, this isn't good. Just happened to run into a lady that's a surgeon friend of mine. She's like, man, I can't prescribe this to you. I can't even tell you to do this. Just go look at this website. Less than a day later, John, I was in. And then I kind of learned there were some other things you needed to do. Like, I had already been doing intermittent fasting. And so if you starve your body of carbs, that's supposed to help cancer. And so I was already doing some of those things. And I was supposed to go back in for some follow-up stuff. They wanted to do another biopsy. They wanted to see how fast this thing was moving, and then they were going to make some decisions. And I was expecting surgery or whatever. So I'm taking this stuff, following the protocol, taking my zinc and taking my vitamin C and doing my intermittent fasting, cycling in and out of the fenbendazole. And I mean, it still gives me kind of chills to think about. So I walked into my doctor's office in Houston, Texas, and they treat you in like teams there. So I had like 5 people on your team. You'd have like a nurse and your main doctor and the oncology guys and the radiology guys and all of that. And I walk in and everybody's in the room. First time I'd ever see them all in the same place at the same time. I mean, I immediately started thinking the worst. I'm like, oh, this is bad. So I'm not even going to sit down. Just tell me what the deal is. And they had the results of the most recent biopsy and a whole bunch of blood work and some scans and some other stuff. And my main guy stood up and just almost tears in his eyes and said, "You have no evidence of disease in your body." I'm like,
Wow.
what? I mean, I couldn't even understand it. I thought, what? Because I was fully prepared to say, all right, let's go. Another round of surgery, whatever else you got to do.